Okay, I think you can start. Good afternoon, everyone again. My name is David. I'll be hosting our session today. We know today is International Women's Day. We want to celebrate our women specially. Well, this is the first of so many celebrations because towards the end of the month and beginning of April, you see different celebrations, women celebrating this, women celebrating that. But I think today is the universal one that all women recognize. Okay, without wasting much time, so this is sponsored by ImeyReach. You know what we stand for, mental empowerment. And part of our goals is we preach gender equality. We believe that the man shouldn't do everything. And as popular saying goes, what a man can do, a man can do better. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so without missing much of our time, so we want to talk about International Women's Day, and as we agreed on, our format is you tell us your joy as a woman, you tell us your struggle as a woman, and you also you wrap up with a word of advice on how we can break the bias, because it's important that since we are celebrating Women's Day, it's important we want to celebrate with you, we want to know more about you. We know that all that glitters is not gold. You also have your weaknesses, you also have things you go through. So it's not just about celebrating the good parts. We also want to learn from what causes you trouble and what gives you headache, so that we as men can also understand you much, much better and break the bias. So in no particular order, I will be starting with Sarah and Kim. So please, could you just give us a brief introduction about yourself? Tell us why you enjoy being a woman, your joys and your struggles, and also end with a word of how you can break the bias. Okay, Sarah, you have the floor.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much, David. My name is Sarah, ImeyReach Foundation, and woman. My success is as a woman. I remember sometime in my 300 level, yeah. So I've always had this mindset of, oh, should be this person can do it better. And I happened to be and I finished as the only female as well. You know, I always had this mindset of saying, Joe, I was not in any competition with the guys who believe that you know, it's allowed. But something in my 300 level. Our result came out and the guy said, if Sarah can have a C, because and he said, if Sarah can have a C, it means I would have an A. Wow, that hit in a very, and you know, that day I was determined to this. And I told myself, anything a man can do it. Ever since then, it's time shift for me. And I always, you know, really, there's nothing so challenging. I know I've had to face several things that men face. And back then in school, in fact, the table so turned that they were always coming to me to, you know, teach them this and that. And that's because, you know, I was determined to limit myself. I didn't say, oh, because I'm a woman. You know, I stood up to that challenge. And it's been, I remember sometime when I was ministry and I was working with men. And I remember farmland. I also wanted a farmland. And then people were men around, woman, and what down. I still, in fact, I still have it for me. There one decision, and I got if I with my came out I've been, you know, wow, farmland, the farmland. So geez, I would say maybe the challenges as me down. Like, oh, what are you looking? Is it your type they are looking for? Maybe the only challenge would be maybe the physical challenge, maybe things I can't do physically. You're talking electrically. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Sarah.
Okay. Can anyone?
No, I think a few people have difficulty hearing you.
Okay. So I think the only challenge is the physical challenge, but I'm good. I'm also standing there. So my advice there is that male or female, don't let them make you feel like, oh, you can't do it. Just like now to say, I that song, girl. Why can I know what's that song? Why can be what I want to be? Be what I want to be. No, we should go for whatever
Okay, thank you, Sarah, for that. Interesting. I'm sure a lot of women can relate with your experience. And for me, the take out there is you were focused about it, you were determined about it, you were deliberate about breaking the bias. Thank you very much. Okay, so the next on our list is Mercy. Mercy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can I speak later, please?
Oh, okay, no problem, that's fine. Okay, Tony, you're next. So you have the floor, Tony.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Happy International Women's Day to all the women in the house. My name is Uluwatomi Oladejo. So I'm supposed to start with the advantage of being a woman.
Or not necessarily advantage, but maybe successes, or I mean, not necessarily the advantages.
Okay. So I was raised by a woman, and she taught me to actually understand that, see, being a woman is not a disadvantage. You have the power and the resilience, the strength to do everything you set out to do in life. And I'll say that since childhood, I have never felt that much inferiority about being a woman or being a girl, because I had someone at home that reminds me every day that being a woman, being a girl is not a setback. It's a way for you to be better. It's a way for you to achieve all that you can achieve in life. For education, being a woman, well, it's a bit hectic for me, because I know that my male counterpart, I didn't stay at the hostel while in school, or staying at home, because home was just 15 hours away from school. So I know I had to cater for my chores at home, take care of a lot of things, and still have to study the bulk of what I have to study in school. And that didn't still deter me. I still moved forward with it and graduated one of the best in my class. So getting to profession basis, in a profession that is male dominated, like when you have, let's say 500 senior advocates, probably about 450 of them are male, they are guys. So, and we also face these barriers with clients. Whenever you let's say they approach the firm and you give them a female lawyer, they'd be like, are you sure she will be able to handle my work? Are you sure she will be able to carry out my assignment, especially when it comes to litigation? So most people have this perception about us female lawyers that we won't be able to execute our job the way a male lawyer will do. And I don't know for the generation behind me, but for this generation I am in now, for this time that you are in now, women have grown past I am a woman. It is now what they can do for themselves and what they can also bring to the table. And I've seen a lot of women excel in my field. I've seen them made senior advocates, even while at law school. Most of the prize winners were ladies. The best graduating student while I was at the law school was a lady. She packed, I think she had about 8 prizes or so. And a lot of ladies out there are making it way beyond the fact that they are women. So I don't think being a woman is a barrier. I think it's an added advantage to us. And breaking the barriers now, going by the theme for this year. So how can we break these barriers? At workplace, worship place, at home, and all. So it goes beyond telling the society every day. Organizations will come, let's give women equal rights, let's do this. It goes way beyond talking about equality, talking about this is it, we need more rights, we do this, we do that. No, it is what we men are doing, HR lady in an organization. So what policies am I putting in place that is making work easy, that is making the burden lesser for women, because they have special circumstances at which they operate, at which they work. Monthly, they probably face their period issues. Then when they are married, they have to deal with family, take care of the home, and take care of their young ones if it's a nursing mother. So what policies are we putting in place to make sure that we're actually breaking these barriers? Also, what kind of things are we doing on our own part to make sure that, women are actually getting the equality that they deserve? And not just equality, because I keep saying that equality. The way God created a man and a woman differ. So most likely, at best, we should look at what is equitable for a woman at every point in time. So I think the society should, aside from breaking the barriers, we should look at what is equitable for a woman. What is deemed best for her? So let's not be stereotypical about the female gender, and let's at all time be supportive to her. Let us all time give her the opportunity that she deserves. So when I started my career, I noticed I sent out application and most principals were not ready to take me in because they felt, one even said it to my face the day I went for an interview, said, you're a lady. Yes, you look promising and all, I've gone through your CV, but you're going to get married. Family is going to come. You have to choose between work and family. And we don't want a situation whereby we will empower you, we will train you, and you leave. Or we don't get to optimize you. Like we don't get to, I don't know how to put it, we don't get to get what we give to you, we don't get it back at the firm. So I think most employers out there are not open to employing ladies, and the world is trying to balance that. I've seen changes, and we should work towards, if we're in that line of work and we have friends that are employers, we have employers around us, we have HR people around us, we should be able to tell them that, see, beyond looking at the fact that a candidate is a lady, also look at what that lady can bring. What is her capability? What are her strengths? What she can do? So let's go beyond gender. So breaking the bias is not just for the whole society, it's also for the women. Hello? Hello?
Okay, yes, I lost you a bit, but I can hear you now.
I can hear you
Oh,
now.
sorry, I think I mistakenly muted my...
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, you can hear me now. Please,
yes.
Did you guys? Oh,
hello?
Yeah, breaking the bias for gender equality, typing efforts. We need to act on it daily to make this manifest. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much, Toyin. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Okay, so what I could pick was being a woman is not a disadvantage, it's not a barrier, it should be an advantage. And women too should also help women. With reference to women in position of power, they should also help women too. Okay, thank you very much. So Joy, you're next on the list. Are you ready to speak? Hello, Joy. Okay, since Joy is not ready, let me move to Chimwaya. Hello, Chimwaya. I believe you're ready. Hello. Hello, Chimoy, are you there? Hello. Hello, can you hear me? I think I experienced
a
slight glitch, so I couldn't hear anything. Okay, yeah, I can hear
Hello.
you now. Okay, Chimoya, so you're supposed to speak. I believe you're ready. Hello.
I think network issues. Network.
Oh, okay. Okay, Messi, I don't know if you're ready to speak now.
There are two.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you know the format, right?
My internet, a journalist by profession, or being able to be part of a non-profit that we run currently here in Kenya. I think for me that has been huge because growing up, you always saw majority of men in these spaces, and so being able to just rise and challenge the leadership in various organizations. I believe it plays a major role for us as women to be able to lift each other and to support each other, because when you unite, as women and be able to accomplish something beautiful or something that people would want to admire, or even young girls who are upcoming would like to see and admire, then I believe we are creating an environment where young girls, adolescent girls and young women, while they grow up, they would want to look up to us and be able to also occupy the spaces that we do occupy in leadership positions. So for women, I believe the journey still continues, because each and every day when you figure out that you've made a step, then there's always just one more step backward. And one of the speakers spoke about, let's not just be about we are celebrating this day and when the day ends, that's it. So what else are women doing? And what else are even men doing to make sure that women actually occupy these spaces? And I love that she talked about policies, because when we have policies in place, then we have something to refer to. But if we are going to celebrate this day every other year without any progress in it, then I think it's just not right. And I'd give an example of just here in Kenya. I think about last Friday, I think it was on the 4th of March, we had an incident where a woman was sexually harassed in traffic because she got into an accident with a motorcyclist, and all these motorcyclists rallied behind the guy and they did so many bad things to her in traffic, something she's not able to recover from. But what we are seeing is our leaders are condemning it and saying shouldn't have happened. But the question that most women are asking ourselves is, are we not safe in our own country? And do we need to have policies in place to actually regulate how motorists operate in this country, so that we are sure that going forward, we're not going to make noise again, and then this happens again and we're making noise. So we need to come up with policies in place that actually guide how people we operate, but of course, how are we creating an enabling environment for women to thrive? I think I've spoken enough, so probably that was just my point. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mercy. I like that. So my take, my take home is that we need to come up with policies. It's not just celebrating today, but what happens after today and how the men too can be fully involved. Thank you very much. Okay, Chimwanya, I think I saw your chat. You said you were speaking, but I'm not sure anyone could hear you. So I don't know if you could hear me now and if you could speak, if you can unmute. Okay. You have the floor, Chimwanya. Okay, Chimoya, we can't hear you. Or can anyone hear her? Hello? You can't hear her, right? Okay.
I can't hear her.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we also have someone, Joy Adela. Joy, can you hear us?
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Okay, Chimoya, is that you? Yes, we can hear you now.
So I can hear you now.
Okay, thank God it was my earpiece. So just connected to another. So what I would like to say is, okay, very well. International Women's Day is actually for both men and women, for men to see that women are just not a second option. I will actually explain. And it's not a day maybe for sarcasm, because I actually saw a post by like a media post, where they see girls as trying to request for urgent TK, transfer fare, and those like. This is not the time to bring up those form of comments or sarcasm and the likes. We have women that have actually been very, very financially capable, trying to run their things, either in career, in leadership, and the likes. And what I want us to do is the same way we are trying to advocate for the women, we should also try and nurture our men. And this needs to happen in the home. For me, I'll get to give an example. I'm actually the first daughter, and I also have a sister. So growing up in an Igbo setting kind of way, probably as a millennial, I'm not a Gen Z. As a millennial, so first girl, second, how would I say, child is also a girl. Growing up, my father actually played a very, very important role, actually bringing that form of leadership. Growing up, he gets to tell us to go and watch the car. My sister is either is trying to warm the car or trying to fix something in the generator. It's not seeing you as a girl. Okay, go and meet your mommy. No, we are fixing this. Everybody, oh yeah, fix it. Go and buy this bulb. All those things, and so that has also quite brought up this kind of yes, I can do mentality. And for me being a woman, leading, trying to work with people, and seeing that what I do is not something remarkable. It's the same thing that a man is getting to do. That when I do it, it should not look like, oh, well done, very well, very good. It's the same thing we are getting to do. So it's not something remarkable. And I get to see people tags, maybe gender tags for some roles. Why are you making a nurse a female and a doctor is for male? No, they are all professions. It's either you're a doctor or a doctor. There's no she doctor, there's no e doctor, all those kind of roles. So I've been able to face stereotypes even while working. But what I've been able to do is to try as much as possible to mentor interns. I get to coordinate interns and officers. They get to work with me. And there was a particular time picking up calls because I'm actually a customer support executive. Then a client, though very angry, trying to reach out to me that, okay, I want my issues resolved. Immediately, we got to hear that it's a female. Oh, no, you can't resolve my issues. Please pass the call to your manager. And they like, in my mind, I was like, okay, my work doesn't allow me to, to slap somebody from the call. Or like your issue is not paining you. You're waiting for your man to, okay, no problem. And I just, I would like say calmly and like, okay, made my statement that, okay, if you actually want this issue resolved, I'm in the best position to, I would like say, resolve this. And I ensure that I wasn't proving myself. I just wanted him to be satisfied that, yes, your issue will be resolved. From then on, I'm working with females. I get to make them know that you need to bring your A game. Don't think because you're a female, you receive preferential treatments or you receive a form of favor. You need to bring your A game. If you're actually working in a tech role, you need to actually have your product knowledge at ground. If you're going to be a lawyer, you need to know your onions. So not because, okay, you're a woman, there'll be a preferential treatment and the like for you. In the same book, every other male is actually going to read. You need to read more so that you can know that, yes, so you're not just somebody that is breastfeeding or probably going to face the kitchen. You're also going to make sure that they can see the light. They can see that, okay, yes, you are a woman, you can balance the two things up. Your emotions are not just trying to pull you around. And I also want our men, a male gender, to actually be in the line to support these women. It is actually not a competition. It's to see us like people that come to support us. They're also here to also find a balance with the same opportunities that they also get. So the male counterpart, our friends, families, and loved ones are also male husbands and male colleagues actually be the ones to actually support us. And if they see, I know women will actually get to react to emotion, maybe with some form of issues that we face, because we are trying to voice out does not mean we are angry, or you get to hear the tag of she's stubborn, she's this. Some people might actually be principled and the likes, because okay, she's a female doesn't mean that she has to change a certain rule, and that's okay. She's a female, but she's my boss, and like have to change a certain rule because she's in that position. No, if she's actually going to be principled, she's principled. She's actually following the restriction of our role. So don't make it seem like okay, she's angry, she's stubborn, that is how she behaves with her husband, that's how she behaves at home. No, I just want every person to understand that we are not in any way in competition. We just want equitable access to the same opportunities that every other male gender gets. So thank you very much. I just hope you're able to get and hear me.
Thank you, Chimoya, for that. That's interesting.
Yes.
Okay. For me, I would just I think you raised a very vital point, work stereotypes, because a lot of us, or if not most of us, have we're brought up to think that a particular occupation is solely for men and solely for women. Good example is doctors and nurses. Okay, thank you so much for that. Joy, you've not spoken. The two Joys, Joy, Sule. You have the floor now. Are you ready to speak? Hello, Joy.
Which Joy? We are two Joys.
Okay, Sule. I said Sule.
All right. Okay.
Okay, she's not ready. So Joy, Adala, I think you should have the floor now, pending when the other Joy is ready. So please just remember to keep it really brief.
Okay, I'll be brief because most of the things that I planned to say have been shared by Olua, that name, Olua Toyin. We are from the same career. So my name is Joy Adala. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I'm speaking from Kenya. That's why I've said we have almost similar challenges and in our areas. So my successes would be, I currently run my own legal practice. So I find that a big success in my area, because in Kenya, legal practice or legal services have been predominantly an area where men will be presumed to lead. And even if you found women in that sector, they will be working in businesses owned by men. But currently, there are a lot of female-led startup law firms that are coming up all over the country, and I'm part of the success story, and I'm very happy when I see other women taking the opportunity to go out there and handle their own businesses as sole entrepreneurs or partnering with other women to run businesses on their own. I also run a non-profit organization. We do a lot of community service, community work. We create a lot of impact within our society, and I think it's a success because it's female-led. I think 90% of our organization are women, so that would also be a success on my end. I think I'll stick to those two for today. Challenges would be the same as Olua shared. Sometimes when people approach you as a female advocate or a lawyer, they feel that you might not have the skill to do it. When they walk in and maybe find that the law firm is run by a woman, they feel like, okay, are you sure you can do this? But those biases are not there when they find a male-led law firm, or they walk into a male-led law firm to seek for a service. So that's one challenge. There's a lot of gender bias in the legal practice, where clients sometimes believe that you as a woman is not in a position to do those services, yet we are actually trained by the same people, and we go to class with men, so we are pretty much just the same. And actually sometimes you find women outdoing men in some of these things we do in the legal practice. So that's a really huge bias. There's a lot of gender discrimination in the legal profession, but with time, I think things are also changing as the world is moving more, and men are also being open to the idea that women can actually lead and do things on their own, and sometimes even better than them. So there are men who are open to learning from women. So I think we should clap for them. There's a caliber of enlightened men that are coming up, and we appreciate them for that. So I think those are the people I call men as champions for women. They support us through the process, and they believe in us despite the gender biases that still exist all over the country, probably all over Africa generally. Yeah. I'll stick to that challenge because of time, but that's generally one challenge that we have in our legal sector. There are so many that we could talk about, but due to time, I think I'll stick to that. What else? On today's theme of breaking the bias on International Women's Day, one of the biases that we really need to break is gender discrimination or inequality in the workplace. Women need to have the same playing field as men because we attend the same schools. If it's Nigerian School of Law, both male and female attend that school. If it's the Kenya School of Law, we attend, both genders attend. There's no School of Law for men and there's no School of Law for women. So people should have, I think there's need for an ideological shift that when they release us into the market, we are the same, we can give the same services. And just because someone is a woman, it doesn't mean that they cannot provide that service. Sometimes women are diligent. So sometimes they actually do those things better than men. So that's one of the biases we need to break as women. Another thing is as women, we really need to support each other because where two or more are gathered, there's more impact. We create a ripple effect impact faster than when we do it on our own. So it's very important also to create synergies for dialogue among women and also do a lot of collaborative efforts towards achieving gender equality in areas of our workplace, health, and any other sector that women are key players. What else would I say? Yeah, I think it's not something that we'll do today and get results. So there's a lot of step-by-step process that's going to take place before we break all these biases. But it's very important that we start breaking the biases. If there's something you see happening wrong where you are in your spheres of influence, you need to speak up about it, especially if it's affecting a woman. It's not that I'm discriminating against the man, but today's theme is on International Women's Day. So as a fellow woman, you can stand up for another woman by speaking out when an injustice is being done to them or they're not being treated fairly just on the basis of gender. That's another way of breaking bias through collaborative efforts of women across continents, across countries, and generally in the communities that we serve. Yeah, thank you.
Wow, that was massive. Interesting. So you have two legal counsels in this webinar. I don't know if anyone noticed when she was speaking, I could see Toyin really passionate and she was just shaking her head like Joy was just speaking her mind.
Hi.
Interesting. That's good.
Hello.
Okay, well, for me, my own take home is speaking up when there's unfair treatment for women. I think that's another thing that I see lacking a lot. People shouldn't just keep quiet, say, oh, okay, because it's a woman and all. We should all lend a supporting voice. We should all lend a joint voice, more like established collaborations and all. Thank you for that. Okay, Joy, are you ready? Joy Shuli. Oh, okay, I don't even think I think she has left. Oh, okay, moving on. Okay, so Yemi, we are the only men or guys here. So I think I'm going to do you the honors, or you do us the honors of giving a closing remark. or, I mean, dropping
Is
a
that
word
you
or
trying
two.
to, is that you trying to throw Yemi under the bus?
No, that's not me trying to throw him. I mean, I've been speaking. Everyone has spoken apart from Yemi, so let's even hear his voice.
Okay.
Hello, Yemi. Are you there? Okay, I'm not sure he's here. Not sure he's here. Okay, that's fine. Thank you all.
Just send a message. He can't talk.
Oh, okay.
He said you should close on his behalf.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm just in his messages. Okay, thank you everyone for taking time out of your busy schedule. International Women's Day, Women Equality. That's the truth is 1 hour, 2 hours is not enough to really dissect and go into the nitty-gritty of the issue. But you will all agree with me that things are changing. It wasn't like this before. A lot of people now are educated, especially the men. A lot of us are now aware. A lot of us are, okay, hold on, Joy is trying to come back. A lot of us are lending a helping hand. And a lot of us are actually breaking the bias. I think I love the theme of this year. It's so, I mean, it's just spot on, hits the nail on the head, breaking the bias. So I even forgot to mention, so we've not even done our sign, the breaking the bias sign. So I think we should, let's put on our videos and do the sign, just me and Tui, to show that we are breaking the bias. Okay, so I guess, yeah, Joy, that's the spirit. Chimwaya, I'm waiting for you. Chimwaya, Messi, waiting for you. Okay, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Okay, so like I was saying, so a lot of women are now aware. It's really, really important because, I mean, a man can't keep doing everything and doing everything. Everything has a limit. Let's just be real. Let's just be factual. Everything has a limit. And women are there to help us. Women are there to balance the equation. Women are there to make life sweet and beautiful. Well, talking from my experience, my mother is very lovely. I have a very lovely mother. My girlfriend too is very, very lovely. Aww. Wherever she is, she's very, very lovely. She's been there for me, always been there for me, pushing me to be there. So, well, I'm a fan of breaking the bias. I don't just want to break the bias, I want to shatter the bias. There shouldn't be any bias. Use my sledgehammer, use my AK-47 to shatter everything. So I'm an advocate of breaking the bias. And like some of the speakers said too, we should also take this out there. We shouldn't just be after today, it just dies down. No, we should infuse it to part of our culture. We should infuse it to part of our way of life of breaking the bias. So on these notes, I want to thank you all for joining. And for Joy and Mercy, please engage with us at ImeyReach. Reach out to us. We post a lot of content. ImeyReach.
Have they joined the general group? Are you on the general group?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
so please spread the word, keep spreading the word in Zambia, in Kenya. Please keep spreading the word. We can't.
Joy has a question. Joy Sule has a question.
Oh, okay. My apologies. I'm sorry. Okay, even though we're out of time, but Joy, what's your question? Could you? Hello, Joy, we can't hear you. Or do you want to drop it in the chat so anyone could answer? Okay, your question is, does religion Joy, it isn't complete. You're asking something about religion. Oh, does it have to play a role in the bias? Okay, so who is going to answer that? Okay, Toyin, you have the floor. So please just answer in 3 minutes so we could wrap up. Yeah, you have the floor.
So I don't know how I missed that, but religion has a very, very huge role to play. So we are, Africans are mostly Christians and Muslim, and those religions are somehow not so helpful to the women. So you're being said, oh, the woman should always stay at back door, shouldn't talk back, shouldn't do this. In fact, for the Muslims, it's even worse, because I came from a foundation that is Islamic based, and even prayer time, the men stay in front, the ladies behind, and you are not to be seen, you're not to be heard, except you're called upon to talk. So I think all this should be jettisoned. All this should be let go, because when God created us, we are all men. It's just that gender differences, because even when the holy books, like the Bible, referred to humans, it's referring to both male and female. So I think our churches and the mosques needs to talk more about gender equality, about exposing the woman, and about telling her that she can be a leader and she can do all she needs to do. She can achieve all she needs to achieve, aside being a woman, a daughter, and a sister. So most times the churches, the mosques just focus on our responsibility as wives and mothers, and they forget to see the aspect that, oh, we actually have life and we have things to achieve aside those parts. Those are also intertwined into our lives, but we have purpose to fulfill. As Christians, we know the word fulfilling purpose. So every of us have purpose to fulfill. So I think if religion, the religion organ and all that can preach, and I know a lot of pastors, I know a lot of imams who are into advocating for women. So I think we need, as she just said, sensitization. We need to go into that space and sensitize a lot of people on it. Basically, that's just it, sensitization. Spread the word in our worship places so that it doesn't drag us back. We're making progress in the secular world. Then when it comes to our religious life, no progress, because that is pulling us down. So sensitization will go a long way. Thank you.
Thank you, Toyin. That was really spot on. I'm sure, Joy, I'm sure you heard all that. Though I can see your chat. Okay, yes. So you probably heard all that.
Yes, I'm following.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Okay, so we've come to the end of our webinar today. Thank you all for making our time, and do have a lovely day. And remember, spread the word, break the bias. We should be there to speak up for each other. So don't just be today, but it should be an ongoing thing. So thank you all, and do have a lovely day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye.